I guess taking them all up in one go is a bad idea.
Annette, are you okay with all those boxes?
Linhardt! Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I don't know if I'll be able to handle all these. I thought I may as well get it over with, so I decided to carry them all at once. Big mistake.
Smart thinking. Do it all at once. That's what they say, right? Work smart, not hard. I think you've got it from here, so I'm off to take a nap. Good luck.
But maybe you could help. Nope. Gone.
Aw.
It's fine. It is fine. Just a little further to my quarters. I've got this. I'll just...
Aw.
They didn't fall.
That was almost pretty bad.
Linhardt, I thought you had an important nap to get to.
I'd call it insomnia, but I suppose it was really just a guilty conscience. I came to see if you needed help. And sure enough, here you are, about to tip all the boxes on the floor.
Thanks. Though it may have been best if you had just chipped in from the start.
Huh? But it was your job. Why would I step in? You clearly had things handled.
Then why help me at all?
If the boxes had fallen just now, everyone would have had to help tidy them up anyway. If anything broke, more boxes would need to be carried. And if all of that came to pass, then there'd be noise and no chance of my taking a nap.
Huh. But if you had helped me from the start, there would have been no danger of anything being dropped at all.
Correct. But there was no danger yet, and so there was no need for my help. So I left you to it. Try carrying one box at a time instead of straining to do it all at once. Work smart, not hard, as they say. All right, well, I think you've got it from here, so I'm off. Good luck.
After all that, he's not gonna help me.
He has a very important nap to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, you've still got so many to pick from.
Let's go Shamir.
She can't do that one yet. We did not get hers with Petra yet. I don't remember that one, so I do want to try and get it.
Yeah. But fortunately, that's the only one for her that we have to get, so.
Why am I so
Ajitana.
off? Yesterday wasn't like this. Some days I just can't seem to hit anything.
Your mind, body, and technique are not synchronized. Find harmony between the three. You lack experience. You'll improve if you practice.
Now that you mention it, Shamir, how come I've never seen you train? Do you keep odd hours? Or are you just so good that you don't even need it anymore?
I am always training. Look here.
A dagger.
Watch.
Wow, nice throw. That was a long one.
I'm amazed that they even put in the little speed lines when she did the throw. This game does so little animation.
But does throwing knives at pillars really count as shooting practice?
Look closely.
Is that a centipede? You pierced it clean in half. How did you even see that?
I train everything. Eyes, speed, accuracy. Watch as the bird flies. Feel the wind. Recognize the distance between objects. Not all training requires a weapon. Integrate training into your daily routine.
Yeah, find some centipedes to kill. They're disgusting.
My daily routine, huh? Well, that's great advice. Thanks. I'll do my best.
Very good. Just be cautious.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, next up.
Ash.
She was excited for that one, chat. Oh, we did get him
We
and
did
Felix.
get him and
Nice.
Felix.
Take your pick.
Felix.
I must have left it in the library. Oh, is that Felix? Hey, Felix. This is a surprise. I didn't think you had much interest in books. I'm already finished with that one. You can borrow it if you'd like.
No need. I was just curious who it belonged to.
Why not read a few pages at least while you've got it open? I think you'd really like it. The plot is pretty different from a typical knight's tale, but it's still really good. Do you like stories about adventure and chivalry?
No, I despise them.
Yeah,
Aw.
well, have you tried reading any? You might find them really interesting. I know I do.
What do you find so interesting?
Well, for one thing, the knights in these stories are always gallant and brave. And they always value things like friendship, loyalty, and justice. That's the kind of knight I want to be.
Ridiculous. Friendship, loyalty, justice. Only fools allow their lives to be ruled by such nonsense. Fools who get themselves killed for nothing. Only to be celebrated as heroes in books like this. Writers of these stories are worse than tyrants. They seize control of people's thoughts.
That's a little much. I was only interested in...
I don't care. Such blind enthusiasm is dangerous. Be more moderate in your passions.
You know something,
Aw.
Felix? You are exactly like the knight in this story.
Excuse me?
On the surface, he's sarcastic and intimidating, but underneath, he's kind and cares for his friends. In the end, they become heroes together and conquer all obstacles.
Disgusting. Stop looking at me like that.
Oh, see, right there. That's just what I mean. You sound exactly like him. I'm going to lend you this book, really, I insist. Just give it a read, all right? Trust me, and you can tell me what you think when you're done.
Why is this happening?
Felix, after having a conversation with Dorothea, Ash, Lysithea, like, why? Why does this happen to me? I keep being mean and I keep making more friends.
It's supposed to work this way.
Oh,
Caspar!
that should just be Annette, I think.
Yep.
Yes, because he can't do the Shamir one yet.
That was my worst mistake yet. Why am I so clumsy all the time? The women laughed and forgave me, but... Oh, how am I supposed to face them now?
Hey there, Annette. What's with the sour face? Everything okay? I don't think I've ever seen you look so miserable.
Don't tease me like that, Caspar. Can't you see I'm down?
Sorry. You know I didn't mean it. Did something happen? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but I think talking it out might help.
You might be right about that. Are you sure you don't mind?
Not at all.
Well, today they were short on staff in the dining hall, so I offered to help out, but I sort of messed up. Big.
Oh, no.
Oh no. What happened?
Spiritually, I am Caspar.
All the plates in the kitchen went flying through the air, and the pots started giving off this weird blue steam.
Wow, sounds more like art than cooking to me.
The people in the dining hall saw the chaos and started panicking, and then soldiers came running. Finally, Catherine appeared and shut everyone up with a slash of Thunderbrand. All I was trying to do was help out. But in the end, I just ended up making more work for everyone. I'm awful like that.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. Accidents happen. It's not like you were trying to make a mess.
I know. The women at the dining hall laughed and forgave me. But,
Was anyone hurt?
well, no, but...
Well, there you go. No need to dwell on it and keep moping around. You had a bad day, but I'm sure you'll do better tomorrow.
Imagine if she had been like, yes, someone like broke an arm, and then Caspar had been like, you're the worst of all time. You should quit the school.
You know what? You're right. I guess all I can do is try harder next time. Thanks, Caspar. That really did help me feel better. I can't keep moping around. I've got to work on my cooking skills. And I can count on you to be my taste tester, right? Right.
Sure. Just as long as you're not making any new art projects.
Oh, poor Caspar.
What have you gotten yourself into, my man?
Poor guy. Poor guy. Okay, we're kind of chipping through them.
Constance!
That should be Mercedes. Yep, and then Constance is done.
Hooray!
Am I in bed dreaming, or is that you, Mercedes? How serendipitous it is to see you again.
Yes, and here we are. You were so small when I saw you last. How you've grown.
I cannot express how worried I was to hear that you had left House Bartels. I was turned away any time I asked about you, and of course Emile would never tell me anything.
I'm sorry. There was so much going on in House Bartels back then. But enough about all that. How are you, Constance? I hear you've had hardships of your own.
Indeed. House Nouvelle is no more, and I went alone to the School of Sorcery.
Oh, you went to the Royal School of Sorcery? Just before I began at the Officers' Academy, I was studying there as well.
You were? It must have been after my graduation in 1177.
That was the year I enrolled. We probably just missed each other.
No! You mean to say that if I had stayed a trifle longer, we could have been reunited sooner?
It seems so. Ah, dear Constance. When we were little, I thought of you as my little sister. But now that you've grown up, I think our roles might be reversed. I'll be looking up to you now, and maybe even asking for your help sometimes.
You'd ask for my help? I never thought I'd see the day.
And yet you're seeing it. You know, I had another friend at the school. Her name is Annie. Why don't we all have some tea together? I'm sure you two would really hit it off.
You must mean Annette. Yes, I would welcome the chance to have a long chat with her. I'll prepare the tea straight away.
Oh, no need to rush. The tea isn't going anywhere.
Don't be ridiculous. Time is always of the essence. Why put off for later what I could?
Constance, I wonder what's the matter. Did something happen?
Mercedes, sharing your precious time with me is perhaps more than I deserve.
What do you mean?
Why sit with me when you could share your tea time with someone else? I shall instead stand and serve the tea. Though if my presence still proves to be a burden...
Goodness, of course it isn't. Are you feeling all right?
My feelings are immaterial. Pardon me while I fetch the tea leaves at once.
Until a moment ago, everything seemed all right. Why did she change so suddenly?
No one knows, Mercedes.
I'll have to ask her what's going on.
Poor Constance.
Poor Constance and her weird character tick. Alright, we're down to these 6.
Dorothea!
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there are multiple supports between them all. Sylvain.
Ah, Sylvain. It's unusual to find you doing something other than hitting on women.
Ah, Dorothea. I've been preparing to do just that, as it were.
You caught me right in my prep time.
My intention is to flirt with the monastery's most beautiful flower, Dorothea herself.
Oh dear. And I've ruined all your hard work. You might as well save the effort. I'm not taking the bait.
Oh, Dorothea, your wit is as sharp as your beauty. Don't you want just a little flirting? Just a sample? I'm not like all the others, you know.
I don't doubt it. By not like all the others, do you mean how serious you are about being disingenuous when you flirt?
And that is supposed to mean what exactly?
Your social standing isn't bad, and you're not bad to look at or particularly dumb. You could easily be engaged by now. But you just flit from one woman to the next without settling on anyone. I bet you enjoy going out with them, but you hate women themselves. Don't you think?
Me? Hate women? That couldn't be further from the truth. I'm always serious when it comes to matters of the heart. When I flirt, I stake my life on it.
Uh-huh. I'll believe it when I see it. Staking your life on a person is the sort of thing you should only do when you're in love.
That's what I've been saying. I love you enough to stake my life on it. And I'm seriously in love with each and every girl I flirt with.
I see. Regardless, I'm not staking my life on you. So you'd better go and fall in love with someone else. Goodbye, Sylvain.
She's stone cold. I love it.
Sylvain. Oh, this guy.
Mercedes!
Right. Woman, 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 or Ash? Woman it is. Annette.
Annette!
I think all of these are Annette.
They
That shopping
probably
trip
are.
took longer than expected, didn't it, Mercy?
It truly did. You bought just about everything in the place.
You're so good at deciding the best thing to buy. I sort of wanted it all. I mean, not that I was excessive. I think you bought just about as much as I did.
Oh, really? The number of bags you're carrying says otherwise.
What? That's... Oh, fine. You got me. I was just having too much fun. I love shopping with you, Mercy.
It was fun. It's nice going into town without having to run errands for once.
Isn't it? And I'm pretty confident the professor will forgive our little detour.
Detention!
This actually reminds me of going to school in Ferdiad.
Me too. It almost feels like that time in our lives was a story from long ago.
So much has changed since then. Oh, but there's at least one thing that hasn't changed.
Me and you, right? We're the same old friends we always were.
That's just what I was about to say.
I've known you so long I can always guess.
Mercy, we'll stay friends like this forever, won't we?
Is something wrong? You sound worried.
Since our time in the capital, so much has happened. We've had to make new lives for ourselves, and we've seen at least as many hard times as good. If things keep changing like this, I wonder if we'll be able to stay the same people we are now.
I wonder that too. I don't think everything in the future will be perfect, but it's us. So I'm sure...
We'll figure it out together, right?
How did you know what I was going to say?
Oh, Mercy, I can always guess what you're gonna say.
Oh, it's getting late. We better hurry back before the professor gets angry.
I'm so mad!
You're right. Run, Mercy!
What? Wait for me, Annie. You know I'm not as fast as you.
Run!
Man, if we had seen the support but we hadn't recruited Annette, this would be a lot darker.
Yeah.
Ash. Oh no, you don't have yours with Ingrid's. This is Ash and Ingrid? Oh, they're both Ash.
Okay.
Annette or Ingrid?
Ingrid!
Hi there, Ash. Here to do some reading as well, I take it? Ash?
He's so engrossed.
Oh, Ingrid, you gave me a start. How long have you been standing there?
He's very busy reading the book that he gave Felix to make sure he can have a debate with Felix about it later.
Not too long.
Gotta read it for the
Apologies
20th
startling
time.
you. Must be a great book for you to be so deeply engrossed in it. What has you so captivated?
Oh, it's quite an old book. One of the really old legends of Fargus.
Aha! It must be the Sword of Kaifon then, yes?
Oh, so you know it.
Oh yes. I know it quite well. I read it often as a child. In fact, I read it so much that my personal copy fell apart. I brought it everywhere with me. I adore that book. The tale of the warrior Kaifon, whose devotion and loyalty enabled his best friend Lug to become king. He went to great lengths to see things through.
Exactly. I love the image of him charging forward into the fray, ready to take on any obstacle in the name of his king.
Indeed, he was the very picture of the perfect knight. In my opinion, the best chapter is right around the middle of the book.
Ah, the part about the war of the eagle and lion? That's my favorite part. In a flash, Kaifon's sword flew from its scabbard. The knight parried the assassin's blade mere inches from the spine of his king.
Kaifon's blade hummed like the wind, slashing the enemy's throat. In mere moments, their forces lay vanquished, decimated by his mighty blows. I can recite the entirety of it if you like. I never grow weary of that tale. The pinnacle of knighthood, with all its struggles and glory.
I know just what you mean. I never get tired of it. Some people laugh at me for reading these old tales, but I'll never outgrow them. I'm glad to find someone who shares my enthusiasm.
I'm glad of it as well. Tell me, what other books do you enjoy, Ash?
Well, the first one I ever read was Lug and the Maiden of Wind.
You have fantastic taste. That story is another favorite. The final chapter makes me tear up every time.
I know. When I first read it, I just couldn't get that ending out of my head.
It seems we have much in common. I look forward to chatting again sometime.
I'd love to. Yes, let's.
Two nerds who love the idea of knighthood.
Also, I will say when they said Sword of Kaifon, I'm like, did they just Sword of Krypton? What?
Okay.
Because that's what it looked like at first until they said the word. I was like, oh no, it's Kaifon.
Oh, Ash, are you here to study too?
Ash has been standing in this library all day with a different member of Blue Lions walking in and talking to him.
I am. It's quiet here. Easier to concentrate.
It really is. Hey, would you like to study together? We can help each other out if we get stuck.
Oh, yes. We'll get a lot more done working together.
What's the matter, Ash?
This question's got me stumped. A ballista inside a castle is ready to fire at enemies outside. What angle should be used for the shot? Assume the ballista is the same as those in Garreg Mach. Ignore the effects of wind.
Wind doesn't exist in this hypothetical?
Well, that's
This
usually
is for
because they're
defensive
calculating for
strategy,
force.
isn't it? Why is it so complicated? Don't you just aim and fire?
I forgot that I was doing this playthrough with an engineer.
Yep.
It may help to focus on maximizing target accuracy to reduce your miss rate. To start, let's sort out the setup. Let's see. Using these ballista specifications, if the ballista corals follow this trajectory, they'll hit the enemy lines, right?
Oh, that makes sense, because the enemy line will be here.
That's it! Okay, now try using that same technique and applying it to this other problem.
If the walls are this high and the enemy lines are at that distance... Oh, I think I see!
I knew
Angles,
you'd get it.
arches, force.
Wow, I didn't expect math of all things to be useful in a siege.
Math is very
This
useful.
is tough. Numbers are not my strong suit. But this really is the sort of thing you have to know if you want to command troops.
That's true, but not everyone is good with numbers. That's why we have tacticians do these calculations for us, or prepare them before we go to battle. A century ago, the Empire's mathematicians played a huge role in the Battle of the Wall of Fódlan.
I had no idea. Hey, you really know what you're doing, Annette.
You think so?
Definitely. You've obviously done a lot of studying. I really admire that.
I suppose I have. Studying is a necessity if you want the advantage over your enemies. But necessity aside, it's nice to hear you say that.
See, I had to build a trebuchet, and we had to account for all that stuff.
Yeah, Ash doesn't
Except
have
it didn't
patches
work
yet.
out. It didn't work out because, didn't realize we shouldn't follow the example picture exactly. Because the example picture was their bare bones minimum and didn't work out super well.
Silly, silly jet. Alright, we're gonna try and do this one. This one's gonna be a little rougher, though. You know? Let me do the lower level one first. We're gonna do this one, and then we'll do the one that's worth more gold.
Right.
And then on this one, we just focus on getting supports. I'm gonna pull my little WordPad document back onto Parsec so you can see it. This is
Okay.
what we have left. So we actually got through a lot of them. I don't think these two battles are gonna be enough to get all of these.
Yeah.
But we should be able to get, like, a huge majority, like, more than I was expecting.
Yeah, we got a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
We definitely
okay.
want to bring Petra, because I definitely want to try to get both of Petra's.
So we want Petra and Ash. Ash means
And
we want
Shamir.
Mary Ann, because Ash only has Petra and Mary Ann left.
Yeah.
Sylvain is the one who's still really lacking. We
Oh
didn't
yeah,
get his
he's
points
got
up.
a lot.
Mercedes, Annette, Lysithea, Marianne, and Leone. All of these Golden Deer ones, though, only go up to B, so it's not like the only one that really matters, because we already got, like, his Ingrid and Felix ones, and we got the Dorothea one you wanted. The only one that really matters is Mercedes. All of the others are just,
I
like,
realize,
nice
I see
bonuses.
now that Mercedes is missing out on Felix and Ingrid now.
Yeah. We're gonna try and work that out by adjutanting. So for this one, because Felix is done, right?
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Felix is done.
He has
Or wait,
Mercedes,
no, he has
and Annette.
Mercedes and Annette.
Yeah,
so
I don't like his support with Annette, though.
yeah.
So
we'll
unless
just
you
adjutant.
really wanted to see it, we'll just
Nah.
focus on making sure he gets Mercedes.
Yeah, I'm good with just making sure he gets Mercedes.
What is it, Ingrid? Ingrid has Mercedes and Annette left. Could bring her on this one. Should bring Annette. Sylvain, let's bring Leone. Let's bring Ingrid.
Should we bring Lysithea as well, or should we adjutant Lysithea to Sylvain?
What does Lysithea have left? Sylvain, Annette, and Leone? No, they're all in,
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's put her
Let's bring her
into... Alright, and then we can actually bring Shamir? Actually, yeah, wait a minute. The amount of characters we have left is very low. Like, we can just bring Shamir.
Okay. Yeah, I
we're
think
like-
that is literally just all the ones that are left.
Yeah, these are the only characters that have supports left, so we can just get them all in there. The only other one is... It's just, Ingrid just has Mercedes and Annette. Yeah, so we might even be able to get her done here. This is perfect. So if I can get some characters done here, then when we do the level 25 big money one, I can bring characters that are, like, strong.
Yeah.
to get kills. I don't know, is there a specific character that you want to adjutant to someone? You got one slot open.
I was gonna say adjutant Dorothea to somebody, but then Felix is already adjutanted to Lysithea, so that's...
Let's put, let's adjutant someone to Marianne. And we'll give her Ferdinand.
Okay. That works for me.
And just trying to, like, you know, make it happen so we can get these fights done before we gotta wrap up.
Sense.
Move you up here. Move you, like, here.